We're back again with just a janky background remover filter, but hey, we're on Arch Linux, all right? We're running AMD. I can't do too much fancy stuff on this particular machine. We're going to try it out anyway. So today, in the spirit of doing different stuff, yesterday was a little bit tough. We were trying to read that Titans paper. It had math. My brain hurt. We learned some things. We've been talking AI agents every day, but today I got to read this article because I'm hearing all these people saying like, it's over. I'm taking ETH out of my name. The ETH Foundation's cooked. I'm leaving. And this article seemed to be contributing to that conversation. And people were saying that, I don't know, it's the proud of losing mentality. So I thought I would just read it. That might be fun for me. I need to read it anyway. So let's just dive in. This is from Zen and the Art of Shifting Mindsets and Technology, Aya Miyaguchi interview. We're going to read it inside of our little markdown because that's a little bit more comforting for me personally here. Truthfully, I probably should be on this other side here too. Oh, wait, there's a box there that I can't go through. Look at this. There's a box here that I can't exist in. Oh, that is just interesting. I don't know why that is. There we go. I don't know how things work, people. I'm not in control of anything on my computer. This is the most, I should be embarrassed by every YouTube video I put out. But the point is I'm going to upload one every day. And I'll make better ones too, but it's going to be on a different channel, okay? This is where you're going to see me nightly, usually after coding all day and losing my mind. Zen and the Art of Shifting Mindsets in Technology, Aya Miyaguchi interview. In order to change today's world, there are people who continue to question conventional wisdom, forge new paths, and take up the challenge of creating a future that no one has ever imagined. By Daisuke Takimoto and Asuka Kawanabe. Blockchain tech is sometimes talked about. Wait, that's the date right there? Yeah, this is old. Why? This is an old article that is now being referenced because what is going on? I guess this is part of these. This is an article that came out and then influenced the current conversation. This was the chosen wrong path a year ago that is now continuing to, I don't know, this is why ETH is not pumping. It's not pumping. Our bags. Blockchain technology is sometimes talked about in a speculative money-making context and associated with digital assets such as cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens. However, the real value of blockchain lies in its potential to create systems in which information and power are not concentrated in one place. Yes. Decentralized maxis. A rare breed. They're an intense breed. Everything is impossible. Decentralization fixes everything, yet every single thing they do doesn't work because it's decentralized and people are terrible at coordinating. Like banks and governments and large corporations, with blockchain, we can build alternative secure systems that are neither controlled or dependent on such centralized entities. Systems that are owned and governed by their participants. Yes, that's us. I'm a participant. I'm smart. Everyone's smart. We're all going to work together and use our brains. Decentralization does work in some places, and centralization works in other places. I have no opinions. I'm just a sarcastic reader. Conceived of in 2013, the general-purpose blockchain platform Ethereum made the world aware of the potential of this decentralized technology in the form of smart contracts. One of Ethereum's defining characteristics is that its open-source software and development is undertaken by a community. That is true. An organization that's played a key role in the coordination is the Ethereum Foundation, a non-profit organization that some people say is the reason why everything's failing. Among the leaders of the Ethereum Foundation is its executive director, Aya Miyaguchi. Formerly a high school teacher in Japan, Miyaguchi joined the foundation after moving to the United States and meeting Vitalik, who was 19 years old at the time, of course. That's how it always goes. Vitalik meets an Asian girl, and all of a sudden, now she's in charge of... No, I'm joking. What was potential Miyaguchi saw in Ethereum? What does she and the foundation hope to achieve in the future with decentralized systems that are widely adopted? Let's find out. We got some studios. You were a high school teacher in Japan. Made a career change where you eventually began working in the front lines of technology. It's quite a change. Can you tell me how it happened? I know the transition may seem like quite a jump, but to me, all of these things are connected. I really love teaching. Some even call me Neketsu Yikoshi, meaning a passionate teacher. What I liked especially was coming up with methods and stories that give me a student to think for themselves, think critically. I will say that Vitalik's blog posts are always, I think, very well written, and I think he explains very technical terms in a fun, broken down way, and I think would be probably a good teacher, at least from the writing standpoint, and I think that is an important creative skill in art. At the same time, I was comfortable with the fact that I, like many teachers entering the world right after college, Let's see. This is a critical profession that has such an impact on the next generation. Rather than just teaching the textbooks, I wanted to teach my students things they need to be taught as human beings. After teaching for 10 years, I felt like I needed to learn more myself, so I quit. I see. After quit teaching, I moved to the United States for graduate school. That is right. I decided to go to business school because I knew I needed a job to stay in the U.S. and thought that an MBA would help. I was particularly interested in studying financial inclusion, thinking that the issues like inequality were going to become more and more important for every business. True. It was at that time I met Jesse Powell, the founder of Kraken, one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchanges. And speaking with him, there's a joint connection between blockchain and financial inclusion. Yes, this is the thing you'll often hear about blockchain stuff. Listen, we're going to get into the underbanked. He asked if I should be interested in helping a company for a bit, so I joined Kraken. Oh, okay, Kraken. They sponsor Kitboga, so Kraken rules. They pay Kitboga. Kitboga gets to do fun stuff all day. They rule for life for that. That's really all I need. Is that also where you met Vitalik Buterin, the co-creator of Ethereum? I remember Vitalik coming to Kraken's office for a couple of weeks in 2013. He was the writer for Bitcoin Magazine, and he was working on the Ethereum white paper. Among Kraken's founding members and early industry people, there was a shared sense of wanting to support new technology and talents like Vitalik. What became you interested in Ethereum? What became you interested? I can't read. I learned what he was working on later, but I thought it would be huge if Ethereum actually managed to become the white paper promised to be. On top is smooth, transparent transactions, which were Bitcoin's strengths. Ethereum could be used for non-financial applications like governance models, environmental solutions, or education. I will say, back in the day, we're talking your 2015 time, and this is even earlier than that, but at least when I came into it, 2015 time, the idea of programmable money, that's the fun part. We like the programmableness of it. That's what was so very exciting and still can be exciting. There's just other programmable money now. Ethereum tends to get a lot of attention as new technology. We got to go back to color coins. But in my opinion, it's more revolutionary in that Ethereum changes the way we look at the world. Ideas such as DAOs and NFTs all developed in the Ethereum community. Okay, that is true that Ethereum came with DAOs and NFTs. Are both of those shams? I participated in both. Are they both shams? Maybe. I don't know. These new ideas and concepts were able to arise because the Ethereum community looked at the world from a very different perspective. These perspectives challenge the status quo. They rely on powerful centralized players and allow us to be creative. Okay, great. The stars aligned. You joined the foundation. Yes. Some people heard the news of me leaving Kraken. They asked me if I wanted to be in executive director role. I was a fan of it. And I said, I'm not interested in the title or the power. Can I just help? Because you're the kind of the person that needs the leadership. You don't want the title. You don't want the power. So I got involved without really understanding how hard it was going to be. The situation was desperate. The Ethereum Foundation was founded in 2015, and initially it hosted a lot of researchers and developers working. Was working on Ethereum then. But because it's an open source project, there were contributors outside the foundation, and the number of external contributors increased as the community grew rapidly. Coordinating the internal and external activity became an increasingly difficult task. So when I joined in 2018, non-R&D functions at the Ethereum Foundation, such as grants, community coordinations, and operations, did not exist. So this is important. We're coming in at a time when, hey, the outside community is growing. This isn't just a foundation and some developers. Someone needs to help coordinate bringing in this outside community and linking them up to the inside community. This community building is so very important. Why any one chain is going to exist, because it's not just about the people buying and selling or holding. It's about the people building on top, especially if you're saying we are making programmable money. You need the programmers. If you build the infrastructure, will they come? They being programmers. I don't know. So this role is incredibly important. Now, is this role, maybe she failing at it? Could be. What do I know? You said Ethereum has the potential to change the world. What made you feel this way? I was impressed with Vitalik's vision. I thought it was important to me that he and the community stuck to the original vision when making important decisions, including the idea of keeping Ethereum and the Ethereum Foundation not for profit. The Ethereum community at its core is generally a group of researchers and developers who are in a pure pursuit of their core vision. They are not particularly interested in making money. I think the vision and this attitude resonate with a lot of people, and that's why the community has grown so much. While there's nothing wrong with making money, I call this out especially because an overwhelming narrative of the blockchain is it's a money-making scheme. This narrative is really doing a disservice to the potential of this technology. I think if you listen to Vitalik talk, you can see that he's not just in it for the money. The boy could have extracted a lot more by now, and he is not. Okay, he used to be a billionaire. He's no longer a billionaire. That boy could be a trillionaire if he played the right moves. We got him on pumped out fun. He could be okay. When we talk about scaling a project or a product, we tend to think about CEO type manager, someone like Steve Jobs. But Ethereum is bigger than just one company's product. That is true. It's a different style of thing. Individuals and teams in communities work together and help each other for this public project, and we're doing so for the purpose. And we do not for the purpose of profit. Although the community has grown, there are many different types of people, teams, organizations. Today, we remain committed to the values. Okay, great. Okay, cool. Subtracting my own power. Building and maintaining an open source software has its own difficulties. You need to be able to bring people into the mission and lead without behaving like a dictator. You have to be open without being fragmented. Would you say it has been challenging to lead this project while keeping Ethereum fully open source? Yes, it has been challenging. Some people on the business side of the community often ask, why doesn't Ethereum hire good project managers to take care of the developing the protocol more efficiently? If we did that, I think Ethereum would stop being Ethereum. So we have to say no to questions and temptations like that. What's more, rather than saying no to ourselves, we actually have to lead community members towards saying no to things that prevent the organic and healthy growth of Ethereum. What? We actually have to lead community members towards saying no to things that prevent the... okay, gotcha. Sorry, that prevent. I read the no plus prevent messed me up. No to prevent the organic and healthy growth of Ethereum. It is difficult to operate if we don't actually have the final decision-making power, since it lies with the community. Yet some people think they do so. Also, I'm kind of the flow of I'm doing for... I do DF and then comma or period to delete up to the next comma or period. This is how I read when I'm alone, and when I get in the nice flow, it is very nice. But if you're curious, that's how I'm doing this. When we say open source, people understand that the source code is open. In Ethereum, open means much more. Anyone can participate in improving or maintaining Ethereum, and there are many ways to contribute to Ethereum. However, I'm hearing that people are jumping ship. People don't want to do it anymore because of the foundation. But keeping Ethereum open in this way is also challenging. Just imagine updating a platform technology in which thousands of applications are running. That was a tough one because I had to do a dash. That is a very difficult task for a single company to do well, not to mention for a large community encompassing many diverse people and interests. Of course, for the last line, I just hit it with the DD. That's how we're doing it, okay? Now, for example, there's an important upgrade called the merge. When Ethereum, I can't believe I was there for the merge. It all happened. It worked. I can't believe it. When Ethereum fully shifted to proof of stake blockchain, the merge reduced Ethereum's energy use by 99.9%. But I thought it was going to kill the environment. But while improving security, executing this upgrade was like transforming an engine on an airplane while it was flying. Yes, pulling it off without a boss or CTO and with many contributors outside the Ethereum Foundation was really unprecedented. Yes, very good job. Very good job, guys. Yes, we could move a lot faster and more efficiently if we decided to execute upgrades like the merge in a top-down centralized way. Of course, investors and app developers might be able to make more money faster in that way, but that would ignore both the purpose and strengths of an open community and open source software. And more importantly, that would be a huge compromise to Ethereum's full potential in the long run. For its potential, it's too large to be predictable and thus cannot be owned by one organization. Leading without being a boss sounds very difficult. Because we're aiming to build a world that uses decentralized technology, it would be inconsistent if one entity had the power in the community or in the system. Building Ethereum together with the community is just as important as the technology itself. And I try to be proactive about subtracting my own power. This is something we see often. Someone has a foundation. They say, we want to keep things open. We want to keep things without a dictator. We don't want a BDFL, benevolent dictator for life. And because of that, nothing ever gets done, and it's kind of stagnant. Now, things have gotten done in the Ethereum world. Is enough happening right here? Is the fact that we do not have some sort of dictator? Do we need to just step up and just say, yo, guys, what I say goes. We're going to be trillionaires. This requires a strong will. People just tend to assign power to the Ethereum Foundation or want to ask its permission. I have to explain the principle of subtraction to my team very clearly and often. It is in our human nature to want to accumulate power. Another principle we have is the stewardship of community values. People in the community are, of course, happy when Ethereum grows, but this often translates to wanting to compete against other projects or blockchains. We try to push back against that sentiment. No competing. No competing. Discourage competing. I don't know if that's the best thing sometimes. When crypto is booming, phrases like Web3 and NFTs are buzzwords. Would you say the sentiment, you are pushing back is growing stronger? Yes, I'm trying to train more people to understand the reason why we do that, and we're able to say no to the culture of competing and winning. Okay, this is the thing I heard that people were really upset about. So let's isolate this thing. I am trying to train people to understand the reason why we do that. When they say do that, we have to get the previous question, okay? Pushing back. Why we do that? It's like the pushing back. The phrases don't translate one to the other, but really it's being able to say no to the culture of competing and winning. I think what this is really trying to say, if I made it shorter, right? Is train people to understand the reason why we say no to the culture of competing and winning. There we go. I try to pass on Ethereum spirit, our vision, collaboration, community, if I were a Zen teacher. Yes, so is this the fundamental problem? Whoops. Is this the whole problem? Guys, don't compete. Don't win. Just lose. Just lose and don't worry. This kind of spirit, when it takes root, motivates people in ways that money, punishment, rules, and laws cannot, okay? Benevolent, beautiful people who just want to change the world. We just find out perfect people who want to change the world. We're constantly thinking about how Ethereum's culture can be maintained after we are gone and the Ethereum Foundation is no longer around. I admire how Zen is part of Japanese culture so deeply rooted that Japanese people do not associate their behaviors with Zen anymore. It would be ideal if Ethereum's core values became rooted in the culture in the same way. I love these dreams. I love these visions. And wouldn't it be so nice if we were all just a little nicer to each other? You know what I mean? What if we had no more crime? What if we loved instead of hated? This is good stuff. I think they're on something Ethereum, but they figured it out. What if everyone was just really great? Nevertheless, you can't do completely with money or financing when it comes to applying Ethereum at large. What is the right balance? Anyone can create something with Ethereum, for it is a public good. That is the point. We do not want to control what people create with Ethereum. On the other hand, there are good examples of what we think can showcase its value and potential. I wish to support them more, for example, by giving them grants and highlighting them. So that's another problem here, is EF, the Ethereum Foundation, not supporting things they don't fit, they think don't fit culture, ideals, which could actually be cool shit, I would like to support especially those who are working hard to change the world for a better. Oh, my God. Those building public goods, open source tools, infrastructure that anyone can use. That's me. I'm trying to do all those things. If people want to use Ethereum, run companies that only make money without contributing anything in public interest, of course they can, but we're not going to financially support them. Ethereum is an infinite garden. You seem to care a lot about the culture in the state. In an email I sent once internally to the staff, I shared the vision of the infinite garden. The word infinite comes from the book Finite and Infinite Games by James P. Koss. Okay, we got a book recommendation here. Whoops. Oh my God, I'm failing. There we go. In the book, finite players play the game for the purpose of winning. So when a player emerges, the game is over. But infinite players are not playing the game to win, but in order to keep on playing. This keep on playing aspect is what I like most about Ethereum's culture. Okay, the difference between finite playings and infinite games. Games that we want to keep playing forever and ever, where you enjoy the process. That's what I'm doing right now. There's no actual... I'm not getting anything from this. No one's watching the video, but I'm going to keep doing it. Why? Because every night I read these things anyway, so I might as well do it on the internet. You get a weird, authentic version of someone who's coding all day and then coming here and reading weird shit at night and being manic. That's what you get while we listen to Burial. We're accelerating. What do you mean by the garden? The Ethereum ecosystem didn't begin with a clear set of goals or milestones set by the Ethereum Foundation, but rather it has grown organically as people from different backgrounds have joined the community. That's what the garden refers to, although rather than a manicured garden, it's more like a national park. It's a place filled with biodiversity, with caterpillars and things that may want to eat some plants. Not a place that depends on a lot of pesticides. Love that. Of course, there are members of the Ethereum community who sometimes say something too radical or even sometimes ridiculous. And they can come up, but they also come up with useful or ingenious ideas. It's important not to muzzle them, but let nature take its course. I use the word garden to describe the state of balance. Yeah, I kind of, you got to have some crazy people saying crazy stuff because every once in a while those crazy things are what you needed to do, okay? In a report we recently published, we called Ethereum a protocol for human coordination. Ethereum 5 Breakdown is a technology that helps us with less coordinated aspects of human life. However, it's ultimately up to each individual and their wisdom in the community to decide what human coordination they want to work on and how. I feel like nurturing these builders as an educator is an even important job. Can you tell me what you mean by human coordination? As a teacher, I was feeling parts of the world that have become distorted due to wrong incentives, due to power falling in the wrong hands, or whatever the reason may be. Thanks in part to the internet, more projects and systems in the world today involve multiple teams and companies that collaborate on a global scale. However, the tools in which we coordinate are not always perfect, and the ways in which we coordinate are not always perfect, and the coordination errors do occur, and even without malicious intent. I think Ethereum could help with these situations. For example, one case is insurance. Insurance often involves a large number of stakeholders, such as insurance companies, underwriters, reinsurers, brokers, agents, policyholders. This makes coordination very difficult, but it often results in the same mistakes in mistakes and slow payouts. Ethereum is an effective tool in the situation. Yeah, Ethereum's going to take over insurance, and it's going to be worth $1 trillion, billion, bajillion, quintillion dollars, okay? Because we all just want more efficient insurance. And you know what's an efficient way to do things? The blockchain. No, it's not. But I'm just joking. Maybe that would be good for that. Who knows? That said, Ethereum is not just for large global scale coordination. I recently attended a hackathon in Mexico where I was pleasantly surprised at the number of builders who are highly skilled but new to Web3. Impressed me more by the projects aimed to solve a local challenge they faced to improve the world around them. Lovely. We have largely had to depend on the government and large corporations to fix problems related to infrastructure. With Ethereum, anyone can design a solution in a model of governance with minimal political and economic interference. In other words, each of us can create human coordination that exists between humans with the power of technology. We can make DAOs. More importantly, it helps us expand our perspective and imagination on what's even possible. Not just technology, a mindset. We're getting a little bit hippy-dippy here. We got to get, we got problems. Talk about the problems, okay? All right? Even though Ethereum can change the way people interact in society, the hardest part is changing people's mindsets. What's wrong with centralization? What's good about being decentralized? How does this going to affect my life? We need to answer these questions and educate people. I got you. But centralization impacts all of us. Relying on centralized platforms like Facebook and Google has its risks, notably to privacy. The problem of this kind are becoming more severe and more visible. It is essentially a paradigm shift. In our minds, we recognize the problems of centralization and the benefits of decentralization when it comes to changing the way the world works. I'd like people to understand not only Ethereum's technology, but also a little about the mindset. For example, there's a lot of excitement in NFTs, but many NFTs I personally find interesting are not well known. Can you give an example? Sure. POAP, proof of attendance, created by an engineer many years before NFTs became popular. I thought it was a very interesting idea to be able to verify that one had participated in a particular event by minting an NFT. I thought that no one would ever sell what basically was our participation certificates. They would not sell them. But in fact, people were reselling them and eventually gave an opportunity for the community to explore the idea of non-transferable NFTs. POAP example is an interesting one. Lovely. What I'm talking about is beyond technology itself. It's how the ecosystem has grown, what the community has done, but how the community is coordinated globally, and what kind of discussions are going on. All these things are out in the open. I would encourage anyone to take a look. What would you want to be doing, and how would you want to be involved in Ethereum when the Ethereum mindset is more widely adopted? I think it'd be more fun to be involved with developing applications that provide impactful real-world solutions. I got it. Witness it grow. Dude, okay. I mean, we got to get. See, the problem, it's too pie in the sky. This is the problem that I think Ethereum gets criticized for. It's too pie in the sky, too simple. It's just these giant things. We're going to change taxes and passports and insurance, and we're going to change the world and fix local communities, and don't worry about it, and just dream. And then builders don't care, and we're not attracting, people who are going to, bring even more interest by making a lot of money from it. So I don't know. I see why people would be upset with this mindset in general. I mean, I'm kind of not the most interested in Ethereum these days because it is a little bit, it's becoming, like how Bitcoin used to be, ironically. Becoming a little bit, what do you call it? People are trying to solidify out. Just keep it the same. Keep it how it works now. Keep the culture internal, which I don't know is the best thing. But okay, we learned something. We did it. Another video every single night. I'm going to keep going here. Tomorrow, we're going to go probably back to AI. I'm probably going to read this about this new DeepSeek model. It's open source. It's hot. People are saying O1 is cooked. OpenAI is done. I'm excited to learn about it. If you want to check anything out, just put it in the comments. Give me a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff.